Hello everyone, and welcome back at Jesse Heck Creative. This time we're going over some movie figures from the Stilt-Man Build-A-Figure Wave. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Jesse Heck Creative, hit the bell icon for more creativity, and leave a comment answering the question, what was your favorite part of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie? Now let's get to it. Not ready yet? Okay, I'll wait. So let's go over Miles Morales first. So, he's a good figure. I don't know if I like how thin he is or not though. He's a very, very spindly kind of character, kind of guy, kid. He has that awkward teenager proportion thing going on. But let's just start from the head down as usual. I like this head a lot. A lot of people think that this little line right here is a scratch. It's not. It's his little sort of worry forehead line. I love the hair. It's really nice, sort of a dappled kind of look to that. Very good. The expression is kind of worried. I wish there was a little more confident expression going on, but we don't really see that much with him on the figure from the movie, at least the character in the movie, in the film. Great film, by the way. We also have these ears that are really good. They're sort of stylized a little bit. The head actually is, the ball joint is on the actual headpiece instead of the neck itself, which is very interesting. He also comes with an alternate head. This head right here. The Spider-Man sort of head, at least for Miles Morales. You put that on. That's pretty cool. It's a nice little good deco on that. Looks very nice. I like the white of the eyes. Looks really good. The red is painted really well. I don't know if I like how these raised things right here are like that. It should be maybe a tiny bit white or something to bring out some detail. But other than that, it's a good head. It fits proportionally on the body. You can kind of jut it forward or jut it back. It goes up a fair ways. It goes down pretty well. You could rotate it, go around as much as you want. Same with the other head, at least. You could put it back in. Goes up a fair ways. You could shift it forward and back. And then it can go down and all the way around. Nice tilt as well. The arms, or the jacket's really nice construction. You have an outer jacket and then an inner jacket that has the hood as well with the inside. The zipper is molded on there and everything. That looks really nice. I like it a lot. The torso print leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's just, fair, I guess. We have this sort of G.I. Joe ball joint down here. Goes around. Can crunch down this much and back this much. It doesn't really break. It kind of breaks up the paint a little bit. The sculpt is fine. It's pretty okay. You could also take the jacket off. I don't really want to. The arms can go up this much, around this much. And the arms are a nice design. Sort of bulky. Only single jointed elbows. Goes a little bit over 90, so that's pretty fine. The hands are cool. They're really tiny. You can swivel it all around, go back this much, forward this much, take it out, put in the thwip hands they give you, and they're pretty nice. One is a little more curled, the other is a little more straight. Put that in over here. It goes up this much, down this much. You can have a thwip, that's pretty cool. Doing the Spider-Man thing. That's very nice. The legs are really I love the construction of this figure. I'm not a big fan of the whole figure itself, I guess. It's okay. It can go out. It's on a single ball joint over there. You can actually pop the leg off if you want to. Goes up this much. You have to kind of rotate it out if you want a little bit more up. Goes back this much. Pretty okay. The knees can go back. They can actually kick the butt, which is nice. The pants are flexible. Not really that flexible, but flexible enough at least for these purposes. The joints are also pinless. There is a swivel at the top. You can swivel that around. There's no swivel down here, which I wish. His shoes aren't accurate to the movie, but they had to get licensing fees, and that would probably cost a lot more than your regular action figure. It goes down this much. Forward, not that much at all. Pivot with a little crack to it, a little cracking noise. And 2 pegs at the bottom of the feet. I really think you should be careful with this joint right here. Try not to move it, because I had one snap on me. Had to return it. But overall, this is a really good figure. It's a great representation of the character from the movie, and I love the movie. I like this character a lot. Hope we see more of him in maybe a different suit or something, different expression on his face, but that'd be great. Miles Morales stands at about 5.5 inches tall. So here is Miles Morales next to the 2-pack Miles Morales in the Spider-Man costume. It looks really good. I wish the sculpt was raised on that one, but the paint is really nice. It has a stylistic sloppiness to it. It's really cool. It also has the web crawling hands and wall crawling hands that the new one lacks, and I think they're both pretty good. They work well together and scale well together, And also, here's Jesse Heck Creative. What do you mean your hand is stuck to my popcorn? Get it off! So here we have Peter B. Parker, who's played by Jake Johnson in the movie. He gives a great performance, and I like how we have a more casual Spider-Man than just, you know, the responsible Spider-Man we always see. And this one sort of lacks responsibility. So here we go, from the head down. I like this head a lot. It really super duper captures the figure from the film well, the character. I love the little tufts of hair coming out, sticking out a little bit. They're all rubbery, which is great so they won't fall off or anything. The face is a wonderful likeness of the character from the movie. Really nailed it with the 5 o'clock shadow right over here, as well as the eyes and the expression. Sort of a dopey kind of smile, just sort of chill, I guess. There's a little bit of sort of waving on the back of that on the side right here, but I can't really fault him for that. The head goes up on a ball hinge, goes down. The chest pretty well, goes around. Very nice. The jacket's rubbery and can move out a little bit. People have been customizing this a lot, using this as their base, and that's really cool. Bravo to you guys, but I don't really want to crack my torsos and stuff. Once again, the G.I. Joe joint down here goes around. It's very... You hear that? I can't tell if that's the joint or not, but it's super, super just whiny. Yeah, I know. Chill. There's also a twist on the top, which is also not that whiny, but the bottom is really whiny. It's a really, really weird material, I think. Top goes around, that's nice. You're not going to use it too much. You don't really need him to bend that much. He honestly isn't that really flexible of a character, which is kind of sad. But his arm can go out this much. It can go all the way around. You get a twist at the top. You get a bend over here, which is pretty good. You get a bevy of hands to choose from. So we have a cup holding hand where he holds the cup from the diner in the movie, where he doesn't have money to pay for it. The cup is very nice. I love this thing. I actually have a cup of cups. Leave your hate in the comments for that joke. It's really nice. This bottom piece, this tray, is from, I think, the iZombie Diamond Select figure. Very useful figure, by the way, for a lot of accessories for food and stuff. This cup is great. It has a blue and yellow sort of just, looks like a Walmart, because Walmart's blue and yellow, I guess. The straw is very bendy. I'm kind of careful with it because I don't want it to break. But it even has the little sort of piece that bends on the top. That's really great attention to detail, and also it's just an awesome piece anyways. Great for, you know, customs and kitbashes and stuff in your collection if you want. He also comes with a bunch of hands, so he has this hand for cup holding. He has this hand for, I guess, just sort of just laying down or just slapping somebody around maybe. But you can take that out, and he comes with 2 fists over here, as well as 2 thwip hands. And I'm just going to alternate them right now, just for the sake of time and brevity. They look good on him, but what's even better is a different head that goes with these hands. Even better. He also has a really small ball joint right over here. Put that down, pop that on. This is good, not my favorite. Gives you a cocky expression. I like the expression. I'm not a fan of this on the top. I don't know why. It's just weird seeing an unmasked Spider-Man running around where he barely has the costume on and sort of running through the city. But I like these hands. They're pretty cool. They're nice. There's that squeaky joint again. The legs are a little hindered by the jacket, but they move around just fine. The jacket is really cool. I love the gold buttons on it. It's very nice, very detailed. Wish there was a little weathering on it or something. My guess is that he came to this universe, rummaged around for clothing, and was homeless for maybe a week or so before finding Miles Morales. The legs go up this much. You have to kind of twist around. It's like Miles' joint. It goes out, goes down, goes back pretty far. That's nice. Pinless joints again. When did I last use this joint? I don't think. Move that up over there. That's good. Works out pretty well. Now, my big problem with this figure, and sad to say, it's a great figure, but my problem is the feet. You can take the legs off pretty easily, and that's kind of a bummer. I don't know whether you can use that for something, but just beware. I don't want it to break on me or anything, but just sort of a word of caution to that. They come off and on pretty easy, but it's just sort of a shame that the joints are really just thin. I don't know if I like the thin design on these characters that much, as far as action figures go. The foot goes down. This boot goes up, not that much. It can pivot. Peg hole at the bottom. Not too deep, though. That's kind of weird. Foot goes up this much, down this much. Pivot on the shoe, and then pretty deep peg hole on that, so it's kind of weird. It's an interesting figure, I'll give it that, but I really would rather have an actual costume Spider-Man for this. I love the accessories it comes with, but I just wish it was a little bit better, in my taste at least. I like this head. I like the head, I like the cup holding, and I love the cups. You know, they're great. But yeah, it's a good figure, not a great one. Peter B. Parker stands at about 6¼ maybe 6½ inches tall or so. Here's Peter B. Parker next to the retro Spider-Man and Jesse Heck Creative. Yeah, we all wish we were him. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Stacy, or SpiderGwen, or Ghost Spider in this costume at least, as she's known, is a great figure here. Let's go over her. So, she has all pinless joints as before, which is great. I like the paint on her. Looks very nice, very pretty detailed and stuff. Over the seam lines, a little bit not so much. On the chest, a little not so much. It's a little fuzzy here and there. The face sculpt and paint is magnificent. I love it here. It's one of the best, I think, they've done at least for these characters. And the hair is sculpted amazingly, and she has a little sort of fade when Miles grabbed her hair and then wouldn't let go, and she get it shaved off. And yeah, that's really cool. The expression is really nice, just sort of a chill expression right over here. Just sort of normal, plain. I like it a lot. It's great. So going over the head, it's on a ball hinge. You move it down this much, move it up this much, swivel all the way around. Goes some tilt. That's very nice. You can take the head off carefully. There we go. Remove this piece right here, the hood. Very nice paint on that, by the way. It looks nice. This is actually attached to the hood, I believe. Moving that back and in. Move that over a little bit. There we go. Pop that on. It's good. A little tight. This actually isn't attached all the way, but it's a very snug fit. I like it. I think I like the other head better, though. There's something about it, I guess. It doesn't really want to move around. It's kind of stuck, actually, on here. I may have to heat this up a little bit. It doesn't really want to move around too much, though. You can go up this much and down this much. The hood is a little bit of give. But honestly, I'm a fan of the other outfit. Oh, now it wants to turn. There we go. Take that off. Put this head back on with the hood. This looks way better to me, honestly. I don't know. I like it a lot. Kind of like when my heroes are unmasked a little better. It's a little wobblier to note, which is kind of strange. Maybe this changed it somehow in the 3 seconds I put it on. But moving on. Same articulation as the previous SpiderGwen figures. Goes up, goes around, goes to the side, and you're going to be very careful with moving this piece because it might break on you. And success, it did not. Great. Good articulation, great paint on that, by the way. I liked it a lot. Very nice. There's a seam line going down there that might be troublesome, but whatever. Hand moves around, goes up, goes down. She also has 2 thwip hands, which you can replace with that. I'm going to replace one for the sake of brevity and show you how it articulates with the up and down motion on that. Goes up, and of course goes down. And looks very nice when she's doing the thwip hand stuff. That's pretty cool. Looks really nice. The paint's good on this side too. A little bit more sloppy, I guess, but you take what you can get with these figures. Legs go out, go in, goes up this far, not too bad. You gotta swivel it out a little bit to move it up. Swivel at the top, goes down. No pins, which is very nice. Can't really kick the butt though, which is a shame. That calf restricts it. Swivel at the calf, speaking of which, goes all the way around. Goes back on the ballerina shoes, up the ballerina shoes. The ballerina shoes are fantastic, by the way. Can I stop saying ballerina shoes? No, I can't. Goes back, goes up, goes around. Swivel. Very neat kind of swivel. I like that. Very, loose a little bit in a good way. And peg holds them on the feet. Her torso can articulate this much, goes back this much, and forward this much. Not too great. Can pivot from side to side a little bit. And that would be all, but we come with another figure entirely, which is great. Kind of like a wizard coming with their familiar. SpiderGwen comes with a Peter Porker figure. This is really cute. I like this a lot. I don't know if I like how he's really angry. I like his more manic expressions. He's also static from the ground, from the neck down. He can swivel around. Goes up, back this far, down this far. Has some nice attitude tilt. He can't really balance that great. He has 2 pegs on the big holes on his feet. You can kind of move them back and forward a little bit to adjust for balance and everything. But he works pretty nicely just standing on his own. He can sort of make disapproving movements and stuff. His ears are a little bit flexible. His snout, tiny bit flexible. There's also a seam there, so they might change it out for something. Maybe a laughing face or a talking face or something. I wish this could move, but it looks too small to even move. A little tiny curly Q tail, a little bit of paint on there that probably got messed up on. It's a good figure, very Warner Brothers era inspired. But overall, Gwen's a great figure, even if you don't like Peter Porker. I'm not a fan of this head. I don't know why. But the figure's great, and the articulation's great. And it's a proved formula they have with this. Gwen stands at about 5.5 inches tall. Here's Peter Porker and Ghost Spider next to the comic Peter Porker and the movie Ghost Spider, at least from the 2-pack. I find that the comic version does SpiderGwen a little better, and I find that I like the body of the new one and the head of the old one when it comes to SpiderGwen. I may have to do some kit bashing later on. I just love the eyes on the old one. And the hood's a little pretty good too, but the color is a little bit too muted for me. I like more vibrant colors in my Spider-Man. Also, here's Jesse Heck Creative. Wait a minute. If you're here, then where's my popcorn? The Prowler here is one of my favorite villains in the movie. I like him a lot, yet there's a lot to be desired with the figure, so let's get to that. Starting with the head down. The head's pretty nice. It has a good paint on it. Looks really good. It can go around all the way. It's a little tight though, but that's pretty fine, I guess. Goes back this much, forward this much. Pretty deep, varies a little bit. Tiny bit of tilt here and there. The cape is very nice. Let's just see what that cape entails. It's a good cape. It's purple on one side, black on the other, 3 points. The paint's pretty nice on it. I had to sort of look for a good paint on the head as well as the cape as I was going through these figures, but that's pretty good. Set that aside, go to more articulation. It swivels around with the body, goes down, goes back pretty far. The arm goes up and swivels back around. It's really nice. I don't know if I like the midnight blue or not on this figure. I wish it was more purple and less pink, I guess, but yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. Goes up, kind of hindered by the gauntlet. Not too good on the articulation. It's all pinless, by the way, once again. Swivels around with the arm. Doesn't do an up and down. It does a roll of the dice motion like this. It's really weird for this figure. I don't know why. It works for what it is, I guess. The claws should be splayed out instead of like holding mechanism, I guess. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure why they did that. It's painted really well. It looks really nice. I just wish it was engineered better, I guess. The sculpting is fine and really good. I like the paint on this a lot too. I like this belt. It has pouches over here. And swivel, if they didn't mention that, I guess, goes out this far, goes up this far, back this far. Very agile, I like it a lot. Goes around here, swivels. The leg can bend. Pretty good. It's kind of tough joint though to move. As you can see, it doesn't really touch the butt at all. Swivel up here at the boot, and then up with the boot, down with the foot, and then pivot again, and then peg holes in the bottom of the feet. The paint application is good on this as well. I like that a lot. I just sort of look for that too and make sure I got my ducks in a row with this figure. It's a good figure. It isn't my favorite. I wish there was a little more, purple to him, I guess. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And also the head is kind of weird with that sort of weird... It looks too form-fitting for his face, which is a little more baggy and a little better. That would have been better for the figure. The figure is accurate to the movie, I guess, but the engineering isn't, and I wish that was better, I guess, somehow. But good figure overall. Just good, bare minimum. Prowler stands at about 6¼ inches tall, 6.5 when you count the cape. Here's Prowler next to the Prowler from the comics, and my kitbash Prowler from the movie. And I think I like my kitbash Prowler more, but I like the aesthetic of the film one better, and I don't know if I like the green on Prowler at all. It's just kind of weird. Purple and green. It's a weird sort of color scheme, I guess. But I figure out where they get their, motivation to use the blue. It's a little bit like green. It kind of harkens back to it a little bit, yet it still sticks within that realm. Don't know where they got the pink from, but I think I like my kitbash better from way back when. And by the way, thank you for watching that one. It's really gotten a bunch of views, and I'm really proud of that one. So I'm glad they put my kitbashes back in videos, and they get regular reviews going. And just thank you all, I guess. Oh, also here's Jesse Heck Creative. The calls are coming from inside where? What do you mean look behind me? Next time we'll rank all these figures from worst to best. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned!